you wanted to learn about Black history in Hamilton, Ontario, a library was your best bet. Now, a new resource is bringing all that information together in one place. Joining us now is Aaron Perry. He's the main researcher behind the Hamilton Black History Database. Thanks for joining us this morning, Aaron. It's so great to have you. Tell us a little bit about how this project actually all came together.
Thank you for having me. Sorry. So I was contacted by a few of the community groups in Hamilton. This was the Afro-Canadian Caribbean Association, the Hamilton Black History Council, and the Center for Community Engaged Narrative Arts. And they said that they were looking for someone to essentially create a one-stop shop for Black history in Hamilton, since we have a lot of amazing Black history resources, but either they're not really made accessible to the community, or they're really difficult to find on the internet or in libraries and different areas. So it was essentially my job to come in and find all of these resources and kind of make a database for all of them that's accessible to the community.
And you've put in all this work. You've discovered so much. Just looking at some of the things that you've discovered, some of the singing groups, and it's just so rich. You know, like you just would not imagine that type of history being so rich right here in our backyard. So what can we find in this database? Like, what have you found?
Yeah, honestly, like you've said, like there's such a rich history that sometimes you don't really realize. And I think that I realized the same kind of thing, because I essentially went in there thinking I was mainly going to find websites and books, but I found so many more things. I was finding archive materials, like a songbook that was used by a Black singing group in Hamilton in the 1930s. And you have it right there. It's literally essentially a photocopy of this from the 30s. And there's a bunch of different resources. We have scholarly journal articles, we have books, like I said, we have photos, videos, essentially any format you can think of having historical materials in, we probably have it there in some way, shape, or form.
And what are your hopes, now that you've sort of made these discoveries, what are you hoping will come out of this for everyone who gets to see this database?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing for me is hoping that it's a sustainable resource for our community, because I think it was definitely a huge responsibility for me to be sharing the stories of my community in such a deep and accessible way. And I honestly only hope that it grows from here, because a lot of the work that I did I was happy to do, but the research I did is not going to stop here. The database is only going to get bigger from here. It's only going to have more resources, and hopefully the community feels like it is involved in this process, and it's involved what's on the site, and actually able to control this as a resource. And hopefully many more historical events and Black history focused resources come from this.
And you know what, and that was my first thought when I was sort of looking through this, was how cool would it be, like, now the fact that you've sort of started this, and we're just looking at Hamilton, right? Like, it's a big city, but yet it's still such a small little mark when we look at all of Canada. But if someone was to now take this, or even you, and just kind of expand it over one city to the next city, like the findings that we would discover, right? It's so, so cool. But how can people access the database itself, like everything that you have discovered?
Yeah, so it can be accessed on the Hamilton Black History Council website. So that is at www.hbhc.ca. And there'll be a link on the homepage so that you can access the Hamilton Black History database right from there.
Good for you, Aaron. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. And I encourage people to check it out for sure. There's some really, really cool discoveries there. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.